Welcome to Urakasumi Sake Brewery, Saurako Ltd. Today we are going to introduce you about the brewery and also the several products that are available in Australia. Urakasumi was founded in 1724 and is located in the town of Shiogama in the prefecture of Miyagi, Japan. We've been producing sake for almost 300 years right now, and the main goal was actually to offer these sake to the gods of the Shiogama shrine, which is the center of the whole Shinto religion in the Tohoku region in Japan. Tohoku is actually all the northern part of Japan. And well, actually in the recent years, the main objective now is also to supply a sake that will pair well with any type of food, and to create the flavors that match the food and the food that can influence positively the sake in return. And so let's just go with the presentation of all the products now. Let's try together the Junmai Urakasumi, which is this bottle right here. And so Junmai is available in all sorts of sizes, can fit all sorts of food at all sorts of temperatures. So it's the most versatile type of sake that Urakasumi has. It was made with the manamusume type of rice, which is not so well known because it's pretty rare and it's still a table rice, but it creates a very good freshness in the sake. A light color, so we see like almost no yellow. It's really like water-like color. And it also creates a good texture. So you get a creamy texture and also a crispy texture out of the sake, which then can be paired with any types of meal. So you use that texture and you use that less complex type to balance all the dishes and to cleanse the palate. If you go with the Junmai at a cold temperature, then I talk about like the usual refrigerators. You can enjoy with all sorts of fish, raw fish, or you can go with grilled light fish. It will be very good pairing. If you warm up the sake a little bit, you can go to temperatures of the room temperature, or 20 degrees, 25 degrees. This is actually not to create a clash with the body or a clash with the meal. So you can go with vegetables, or just to drink alone is a very perfect idea. And then going up in the warmer temperatures, when we can reach up to 42 degrees or 45 degrees Celsius, then we have a sake that is pretty enjoyable with all sorts of oily dish. And then even grilled chicken will be a very good pairing because the umami completes itself very good. So strong recommendation. If you are in doubt of what to pair with what sake, just Junmai, fit the temperature, and any food will do. Enjoy! Next sake on the list, the Shiboritate, Tokubetsu Junmai Namazake. So it's unpasteurized sake available at in JFC, Australia. And what is particular about this sake is that it's a seasonal, so it's not always available, and it's a sake that needs to be drank really fresh. First sake of the seasons, that's what is important about this sake. So you get the best rice, most outstanding freshness at the same time. And here we have a little sweetness also coming from the koji, and it transfers itself into the aromas as well. And also here, any food that is cold or room temperature would fit it well. I usually not suggest it so much with the hot food because it creates a great clash together, but exceptions may arise depending on what your chef is cooking you. So really try to enjoy this. Also, it's available in Australia from usually March, and all quantities are limited, so first arrive, first serve. Enjoy! Ready for the next sake? This is the Junmai Daiginjo, so a super premium pure rice sake that Urakasumi brews for several years now. and it's one of the most complex that you will get in Australia. It's polished at 45%, so it's not quite polished compared to other Junmai Daiginjos. The reason is because we want to keep the umami strong. So you get an umami, a sweetness, and an acidity that all balances together. This creates a very, very complex sake into several notes and into several fragrances. So you will go with fruits such as, let's say, pineapple, peach, pears, apples, all sorts of a mixed kind of fruit that goes in an avalanche in your mouth. And then you get also a fragrance that is really similar with these fruity notes, but also adding a floral aspect, such as white flowers, or even spices, some people would also say to me. This complexity pairs well with any food that has a similar richness. So you can go with cheese, you can go with the cream sauces, you can go even with red meat, would pair very well because all the umami completes itself well. And this year we actually received the prize which is called the Cinve prize in Spain. So this is the trophy received for this sake. This is actually voted in Spain to be the best sake for sommeliers, because it is so easy to pair with a large panel of food, which is unusual with the Junmai Daiginjos usually. Definitely a must try, and you have the chance to have it also in Australia, so highly recommend this one for sake lovers. Thank you. Next on the list is Urakasumi Zen. This is the signature product of the Urakasumi Brewery. Why is it the signature product? Is because it was innovative in all sorts of ways when it was first released in 1973, so almost 50 years now. Actually brewed with using two types of rice. The first rice is the most known Yamada Nishiki rice, which we use only for the koji. So it creates the sugars, the fruity feelings, and also the roundness of the sake. And then we add a rice called the Toyo Nishiki to the fermentation tanks. And this Toyo Nishiki type of rice is more creamier type. So you get a lot more texture in the sake when you enjoy, and also reduces the strength, the overall strength of the aromas to keep a very smooth and low profile balance. So very hard to brew type of sake, but super enjoyable, and also a very good way to discover what type of balance can be reached by sake in general. As for recommendations in terms of temperature, I would go definitely with a chilled type of sake, and also a room temperature type of sake can also be enjoyable. You can pair with all sorts of type of food that has good umami and not a strong richness, so the profiles can be paired well together. This is also available throughout Australia with our partner JFC, and I really hope you will enjoy and look forward to hear about your comments. Let's now talk about a dessert type of sake. You've heard about dessert wines, now it's dessert sake, and you will find that perhaps those are even more interesting in some ways. At Urakasumi we are brewing a sake called Umeshu, so it's a Japanese plum sake, but it's not an ordinary one, as sometimes Umeshu is usually based with other types of shochu, for example, or even whiskey at parts. We are a sake brewery, Urakasumi, so we base it with sake. But not any type of sake, it's based with Junmai Ginjo, so it's a pure rice, undiluted sake. What this means is actually that the sake has an outstanding umami flavors compared to any other type of umeshu. And then mixing this Junmai Ginjo with the Japanese plum create an other perspective in the umami flavors. So you get not only the acidity and sweetness of the fruits, but you also get notes of almonds and even notes of cherries in it. This sake is very sweet and also a lot of syrupy texture, So you might want to try to pair it with dark chocolate, for example, or even fruits for desserts, as the acidity will complete itself and the richness of the sake will not lose to all the berries that you would want to enjoy with it. So a very romantic sake. I really hope you enjoy it in Australia. It just started this year, so tell us your comments. Enjoy! Thank you so much for watching all the description of our products today. I really hope you enjoy Urakasumi, as we made a lot of those products available all in Australia. So you get Gold Coast, you get in Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, anywhere. You can enjoy these sakes directly from the comfort of your home. Just talk to our distributor, JFC Australia, and they will be able to suggest you the sake that fits you the best.